tomorrow is the big day. Tomorrow, 1st of June, is when Sukuna officially releases on global. Obviously, to the global players, it's not so much of should you summon, it's a matter of when you summon and if you pull him. Obviously, a lot of you guys are going to go in for him. I mean, rightfully so. He is such a hell of a unit in terms of ult chain, single laceration he can apply. Obviously, with the second skill, you can stack it up quite nicely to maximize. I mean, it is worth, I will say, the ult, the third skill, I mean, not so much on the first skill, but like if you want to cater more so on the second skill, the third skill, and the ultimate, then that kind of eases off for you to actually having to put a lot into the first skill, because truth be told, for the most part, it is going to be skill 2, skill 3, and the ultimate is what you're really just going to be consistently cycling through. But this Sukuna has the power, he's got the damage. That DOT is an absolute lifesaver, because even when you drop 5 mil, 8 mil, call it what you will, that laceration in the back after it's done will easily add on an extra 1 to 2 mil, depending on how much damage you're building up, of course, the amount of lacerations that you're applying. So it's just an amazing additional damage dealer on the enemy's turn, of course. So not to be slept on. I mean, obviously it gets applied as you're doing the biggest hitters, so you know you are going to be automatically just kind of utilizing it. So there's that. But yeah, one thing which I do want to quickly briefly note before we get into some gameplay, you are okay. So to those that do want to summon for Sukuna or maybe give it a fair shot, just so you know, because I know it realistically is coming down towards Sukuna and then GOJO, and I've already done a video about it talking about how Global's in a very sticky predicament in terms of when the first anniversary drops. You know, it does kind of screw you over in terms of you wanting to go for the GOJO. If you are still hellbent on going for the honored one, aka GOJO, between Sukuna and GOJO, you can farm up roughly just over 10 multis worth of cubes. So that's what, 30,000 plus cubes, basically, just a rough estimate. So if you want, you could technically go in for Sukuna and then hope and pray that you have RNG gods on your side to get that the honored one GOJO. Now, obviously, like I said, roughly you will be around about minimum 10 multis. If you can somehow scrounge up an extra 5 multis, then and you've got 100 points within your pity system, then you can pretty much guarantee yourself the honored one GOJO, of course, if that's something that you are wanting to do or didn't know about, should I say. So, because again, I understand that a lot of people on the global side of things are hell-bent on getting this man, and I do not blame you. I do not blame you. So just to give you guys an easy way out, to let you guys know that it's not the end of the world. If you do go for Sukuna, don't worry, you do have a fair shot to actually try and salvage and get this man if you're able to. Like I said, if you're staying up with the events that they drop consistently throughout from Sukuna to this GOJO, then yeah, like I said, you should be able to get just maybe more than 10 multis, but I know roughly you'll be able to get at least 30,000 cubes with the remaining characters releasing, of course. So just bear that in mind. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we are going to be hopping into the sweep game mode. Now, obviously, as we're all aware, after Sukuna, technically speaking, with the scheduling, this sweep mode should be next on global. Now, obviously, with the bosses that we're going against right now on JP, I like to say that we're in the phase 2 mark of it. Obviously, global, you're going to be getting the phase 1 bosses, of course, so things are going to be different, but to be fair, I feel like with the team setup and whatnot, it's practically still going to be the same. You know, obviously with Sukuna, he's got that crazy amount of support. Obviously, Yuki works really lovely with him in terms of that Jujutsu increase, as well as that cursed energy buff, so that we can keep up with that third skill, just absolutely sending nukes to the enemy. Obviously, you want to make sure that that second skill is at play, because of course the buffs are on for 3 turns, so you can really stack those up, so that way when it comes to you utilizing that third skill, like I'm about to right now, oh, it's gonna slap. So bop, look at that, 2 health bars gone, 1.9 mil, can't go wrong with that. And already we are maximizing our turns and maximizing the damage output. So yeah, with the Sukuna, that's realistically how it's going to be. So like I said, and as you will see, I'm really just going to rotate through the second skill, get my crit critical hit up and as well as my critical hit damage, and then just kind of wait until I've got that third skill at the ready and just keep on dropping those bombs. Not so much in need of the first skill to add the lacerations as well as the ult chase. More so for the laceration will be done through the third skill, and we're just kind of keeping up the consistency through the ultimate damage and the first skill. Yeah, so that's kind of how this is going to work. But yeah, as per usual, as I've stated, even during the first year anniversary, if you have Domain Expansion GOJO and you get lucky to pull Sukuna, then that is the deadliest combo. That is that is the deadliest combo. Now GOJO, Sukuna is in a very good positioning to where him being a blue typing, obviously Momo's there. Geto is his like partner in crime. I'm just gonna put that out there right now. This Geto being a blue typing is his partner in crime. You don't have to maximize him. My Geto is what, level 8 across the board with a level 7 ultimate, and no dupe. Obviously I've got him maxed one. Yeah, I've got him all is graded up. I haven't given him the max level, but 2.7 mil. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. Yep, soaking out each swipe dropping consistently 900k. I think we got a cheeky mill in one of the swipes, and then one low ball being 800k, but in total with the boys combination it racked up, I think that was 11 mil, 12 mil, so pretty solid. So right there we are skipping multiple bars because of the amount of damage we tried to maximize, which is fantastic. The support boys are at the ready, so pretty much this is just how it's going to be. You know, Sukuna is just going to be heavy on the attack, always provide him with the better supports, and he will deliver. So right now he's, oh my god, okay, so that's crazy. The attack after the ultimate to drop 1.7 mil, that's crazy. That number did genuinely shock me. So obviously we've got the max cursed energy, but obviously you want to make sure that you're maximizing damage. So applying those buffs once again, and going to be pairing that and linking that up with the debuff, as well as the, I think that's a 35 or a 40% increase in damage dealt. It's one or the other, so hence why I went with the buff with having that linked up with what the support units are doing, so that way when we do that third skill, keep in mind that third skill is something that I class as like a mini ultimate, sometimes even the ultimate, as I say. But you guys will see clear as day on why I decided to go down that route, while making sure that I'm not wasting the cursed energy. So there's the debuffs and 9 mil. Easy as that. And keep in mind, you've got that consistent DOT damage that we're just piling on. So this is the sell point for this Sukuna right here. So the debuffs applying 6.8 mil. Look at the DOT. Wait for it. Look at that. Come on now. Can't go wrong with that. That is the big sell point in my opinion with this man. You know, he's got fantastic power possession, and then that DOT play, that DOT play is just too disgusting. Too disgusting. Can't go wrong. So I don't know why I just, in this position it was like, do I get the buffs or do I just continue on the lacerations? We're gonna continue on the lacerations. Why not? Why not? It is just draining the enemy's life force away. So that's the W side. Again, there's going to be situations where you're going to be so close to killing the enemy, and then you tend to forget, oh wait, the lacerations are in effect, and then easy 2 mil coming your way, or even more, to be honest. So that has happened to me a few times. This Sukuna will come in clutch with those DOTs at play. You can keep up with those DOTs quite nicely. So, but as you saw throughout the gameplay, I truly did. By the way, the recollection card, again, the one that I'm using on Geto, you can quite comfortably utilize that onto Sukuna. A lot of people do, but in this case, I just had to spread the love, hence why I had to give the Geto and rely on the one that I'm running with Sukuna. Again, if you are going for Sukuna and you get his card, yeah, if you want to put some investments into it, give him that 90%. 90% damage dealt, can't go wrong with that. Jujutsu stat increase for the next 2 turns on LB3, can't go, no. LB1, sorry, can't go wrong with that. So yeah, overall, ladies and gentlemen, there's only one thing to say. I wish you all the best of luck on your global summons. Hopefully you pull him early on, hopefully you pull him on your free multi, but this Sukuna, even to this day, he is smashing through the more difficult content and keeping the DPS role to himself. I mean, it's kind of shifted because God GOJO look, he's kind of slapping, but yeah, the Sukuna is still taking head charge, so I'll give him props. Sukuna is still a fantastic viable unit that is still to this day disgusting and getting through the more difficult content.